I'm Linda. I'm retired, and I'm a hoarder. My children would probably describe the house as a mess.
I'm Jennifer, and Linda's my mom. The smell in that house is not pleasant. I'm not sure what the smell is, but it's not good.
I'm Curtis, and my mom is Linda. My mom's bedroom is full of purses and shoes and makeup.
The room at the end of the hallway is my old room, and stuff stacked to literally the ceiling in that room.
The shower is not usable at all. I don't know, honestly, how they get bathing done.
And then go into the kitchen around the corner, and the countertop is stacked up with food in every angle. There's no place to even make a sandwich in the kitchen because every countertop is just stacked up with stuff.
The cabinets are full of stuff, and the fridge is full of stuff that expired.
Well, it's expired. I leave it on the shelf because things aren't always available, and you buy them when you can, and then when you need them, you have them.
There's food stacked up on shelves that's probably 20 years old.
I don't check my old canned goods because I buy new ones, you know. Go to the grocery store and I see 10 for 10, I'll buy them.
How do you clean a house that's that cluttered? You know, I think it's almost impossible to clean it at this point.
I'm Dave, and I'm Linda's husband. I don't feel very well about the clutter in the house. The hallways got where I had to actually hold on to walls and move down the hallway. Then my health got to a point that I really couldn't go up and down the stairs anymore. So I ended up moving to a couch, and that's basically where I slept the last couple of years. I had congestive heart failure, and I've been on the list for a heart transplant. And 2 weeks ago, I got my heart transplant, and I'm hoping to go home soon.
I'm looking forward to my husband coming home with a new heart. And it's very emotional, yeah.
If Dad came home to the house in its current state, I know for a fact from talking to a social worker they would not let him stay. You know, Dad was given a wonderful gift, and if he came into the house and got some kind of infection or something because of the house, you know, it's almost like not appreciating the gift that you were given.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good. So is everyone ready to get started?
Yes.
Good. I'm Standalyn Robertson, Certified Professional Organizer. We're going to ask you to make some hard decisions, and I want you to trust your family to help you through that process.
Absolutely.
Okay, Miss Linda, let's get going. Tell me, is this donate?
Donate, yeah.
Okay. How about this?
That's donate.
Donate?
Yeah. Donate.
Donate?
Donate. These are napkins, so,
For those, donate?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. It's time to tackle the kitchen. First thing is the refrigerator.
Right.
Get that hamburger out of there. That's disgusting.
I just bought that.
That is, are you kidding? You want to keep this?
I just bought that.
Yum.
Oh, God, please close that.
This milk, it feels like cottage cheese.
I'm not drinking it.
It's freaking nasty.
These are actually my raisins.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Don't even open that. Toss that. I don't want to smell it.
This expired in 2014, Mother. This is July of 2013. September 2011.
I want to point out in that purse right there, this is what you had for food. You had a pantry in there.
Yeah, right.
Okay. You're not obsessed with eating food, but what you're obsessed is
Having it available.
Having it available.
If I need it, yes.
Okay. There's a real overflow mentality about food. I'm asking her to think a different way about it.
Why is this going on, you know? There's a deeper reason. And to tell you the truth, it made me more conscientious and determined to get it clean and keep it clean. Wow, wow. Great.
This is wonderful.
Oh, it does. Awesome. I'm just overwhelmed.
This what you had in mind for a living room?
Yeah, definitely. It's awesome. I couldn't hold the tears back because it looks so great. In years, I've never seen this house look this good.
Wow.
Look how pretty.
Oh my gosh. This looks great.
It looks great. You know, this is just unbelievable, you know, that, you know, somebody come in and do all this for us. That's really means a lot to me. It's true.
Oh, right.
Wow, it looks like a different house. It really does.
Yeah, I know.
It really does. Jeez.
Yep.
When I walked through that front door, it was more than amazing. It really was.
This is your chair that you had
It
before?
looks so much more room with all the, I mean, I never thought it was this big before. I couldn't believe it was my own home in a way. You know, it just, some people really work their butts off to do this, and I can't thank anybody enough. Jeez, counter space. Wow.
Yeah, I knew you'd be happy about
Yeah, I
that.
guess. Wow. Big, big difference. My goodness.
This story was personal to me as a living organ donor. I wanted to make sure that that heart was going to have a good home, and I think we accomplished that.
It's just mind-boggling, really, that to see it the way it is now and remember the way it was, you know.
I'm Bruce. I'm a retired tool and die journeyman. I've lived at this house for over 30 years. The inside of the house is jam-packed. It's up over our head. We have a pathway between the kitchen and the front door. I have to turn sideways most of the time to walk through there. We have all sorts of stuff from tools, knickknacks, a bunch of stuff. However, I'm not the only one responsible.
I'm Kathy. I'm a retired long-distance operator. I've been living in the house with Bruce for 37 years, so we have accumulated a lot of stuff. And half of the stuff in the house is mine. I have a bunch of clothes, jewelry, a lot of books. It's just stuff everywhere. It looks like we're hoarders to look at the house, but I say we're collectors.
I'm Laz, and I'm Bruce and Kathy's son. My parents are definitely hoarders. Their house is a mess. It's ridiculous. Stuff is stacked to the ceiling. There's a million different random items that you would never expect in the most random places. To me, the house smells. It's unhealthy, it's unsanitary. I know there's a lot of open and/or expired food everywhere. They don't even eat at the house.
Hold on, don't get too far ahead.
They go out to eat 2-3 times a day, mostly fast food.
Last year, I had been in the hospital twice for UTI infections.
I had rotary cup surgery,
I also had pneumonia when I was in the hospital.
and I've had about 2 or 3 knee surgeries.
I had colon cancer, but that was operated on. I had this table half cleared off on my side.
I have real bad arthritis in both of them. I probably need a knee replacement. Oh, can't get to my pen. I'm probably gonna need a walker or something to walk. But right now, I don't have the room to walk around with the walker.
I'm Jeff, and Bruce is my younger brother.
I'm Beth, and I'm Bruce and Kathy's sister-in-law. When I was there at Bruce and Kathy's house in 1996, I saw there was some things maybe put to the side along one wall area, but nothing that was real concerning to someone.
I graduated high school when I was 15 years old. I went to a small community college for the first couple of years, and I stayed living with my parents. But I moved away when I was 17. My parents retired at a fairly young age, and they suddenly had nothing to do every day. At some point after that, I guess they started going to thrift stores all the time, and it became a daily habit. If the house doesn't get cleaned up, I'm afraid my parents won't live that much longer, and their health problems will just get worse. If this house gets cleaned up, they might live another healthy 30 years. But instead, they might die tomorrow because of the house.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's great to see all of you this morning. I'm Carolina Harvey, organizing expert specializing in hoarding.
I'm Dr. David Tolan. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I specialize in the study and treatment of hoarding disorder.
It's good to see you, Kathy, Bruce. We're ready to get this thing started. What do you think about that?
That sounds great.
Sounds good.
Does that sound good? Okay. All right, everybody ready? Yes. All right, let's do this. Let's go.
Okay.
Bruce and Kathy, come on up. Family, come on up. So I want you to first look over there at the porch. All that stuff is gone. We're sorting it out onto these tarps into different categories so that you can make decisions about categories, okay? But I wanted you to look at this first because it is all the items that we believe to be trash. So I want you to look at this and tell me if you're willing to let this go.
I'd like to save 4 or 5 of these. They're really excellent. It doesn't take up any space at all.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Okay.
All the rest of them could go.
You're only keeping 5 boxes. I think that's good. Let's try to keep on this trend. Yay! Woo!
There we go.
Good job, Bruce. Decision 1. I'm gonna tell you right now, because this stuff was all outside, if you are letting it go, donation's not an option. There was mice over there.
There were what?
There was mice. Yep.
I didn't see them.
So it's keep or let go.
Try that out. I'm gonna clean them up and give those to Steve. He likes wood.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're looking to give away something to someone that was with mice.
I'm gonna clean it up. I'll wear gloves.
This is wood, so
Yes.
it's porous. That means if mice peed on it, you can't clean it up and get it out.
Oh, well, I could sure spray it with disinfectant because that will also penetrate into the wood.
Not when it's porous like this.
I could clean it up, leave it out in the sun, and it'll self-sanitize. Okay? I want to keep it.
I'm already really concerned. Bruce said whether it's a good decision or not, I want to keep it. I think that sums up his mentality, and maybe it sums up the mentality of a lot of people with hoarding disorder, which is that even if it's a bad decision, the fact of the matter is, I have this want that I cannot satisfy, and I just keep accumulating stuff.
This one does have mold on it. Kathy, what do you think?
No.
Let it go? All right. There's mold inside of that one.
You can
Did you
toss
see
that.
it? All right. This
Now, that's
is
a
more
tool
like
bag.
a tool bag, yep. But you can see that there was mice in here.
Well, let me.
You hear your family?
I'm sure you have it better than that.
Plenty. I think you're going to find a lot more tool bags, at least a few more tool bags in there.
Okay. Tell me what you'd like
All
to
right,
do.
go ahead and toss it.
You ready to let it go and keep this one?
Yes.
Can we put it in the bag? That works. All right. Well, we got one more bag right here. What about this one?
I'll toss it.
Toss it, she said. All right. 2 blankets. Remember, they were outside. Mice, pee, urine.
I'd be inclined to keep them.
Kathy, what do you think? You want to keep them?
Yes.
Remember, they were outside.
And how old do you think those blankets are?
Look almost new.
How long do you think you've had them?
Probably no more than, I think we got them 4 to 6 months ago
And where do you think you got those?
at a thrift store.
Okay.
So there's not even any sentimental value to them. They weren't grandpa's or grandmother's or anybody's. They were just some item you bought at a thrift store, and it's that important.
Yes. What's the point of even doing this if we aren't going to keep some of the stuff and throw out the other stuff?
But you're keeping stuff that mice have been on, that's been stored outside.
We don't know for sure if they've been on these. I don't see any urine stains on them.
I'm not going to try to debate this, but I just kind of want you to be thinking about what's really important. It's not this. This isn't important. This is a thing. You need to make the right choices here.
I don't see a health problem in those.
I know you don't. I know
Okay.
you don't. And
So
that,
if I
think,
don't see a health problem, that's the reason why I want to keep it.
I know. And that, I think, is your blind spot.
I have 2 concerns. The first concern is Kathy not feeling like she can make her own decisions and being independent. But I'm also concerned that Kathy wants to make decisions with Bruce the entire time we're here. There's no way we can get through this house if we don't divide and conquer. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's great to see everyone this morning. How are you guys feeling about today?
Good.
Good. Excited.
Yeah? Bruce?
Good.
Good? Kathy?
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. Kathy, Jeff, and Beth, I'm gonna have you out front with Danny and Maya, okay? Laz, Bruce, and myself, and Annie will be in the back, okay? Everybody ready to get going?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's do this.
No.
There's a bunch of silverware here, Bruce.
I have a friend at the knife and gun show. I'm going to give that to him.
Time out. You said that you want to give those knives to a friend at the knife and gun show,
Yeah.
but those are household knives.
Yeah. That's what he does. He sharpens the household knives and stuff like that.
I see you making a very unhealthy choice here.
Okay.
And I think it is the same kind of unhealthy choice that you've been making for a very long time that has contributed to the buildup of clutter in the home. I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that
Okay.
I think it's very
You've told me.
unhealthy and risky for you to do this.
Okay, you've told me, and I accept the responsibility. Are we going to be here for another half an hour on these box of knives, or are we going to get this cleared out?
We might. Remember that part of what we're here to do is clean out a house, but also part of what we're here to do is teach you how to make good choices
I
for
know
yourself.
in the future I won't be going out and buying any more knives, but I have these
Yeah.
in hand.
How you guys doing? How's it going out here?
She is doing so great.
Yeah?
She's even stepped it up. Dr. Tolan checked in with us a little bit ago, and she was doing amazing, about 50%, and now she's about 75%.
Wow.
75%.
Out the door.
Really good, Kathy.
Kathy, that's
good.
really good. Really good. The plastic bags.
Throw them out.
Okay, what about the rest of it?
I like to keep the bin, but throw out everything else.
Okay.
You give me decorating cakes?
No.
Donate.
Donate. All right, here we go. We got this one right here. What is that?
That's to make ice.
Ice maker?
I want to keep that.
You want to keep that? Okay, that's fine. Can we can we take it for scrap?
I like to keep this one.
And what about the rest? The rest can be scrap?
Yes.
All right. How about this? Bless this house. What would you like to do?
That's good.
Your
for
face is
rolls.
telling me to let it go. I see your face. I feel like you're saying
No,
let it go.
let's keep it.
So you want to hold on to it. All right, this is the last thing of this stack.
Yes, keep those.
You want to keep these? Okay. All right. How you guys feel like you did?
I think with the progress we're doing now, it'll be the house we want.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm satisfied with the progress so far.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning, morning. It's great to see everybody. I see a lot of smiling faces. That's a good thing. Yeah, good. If you two are still okay with it, I would love to continue to divide and conquer. Are you both comfortable with that? Letting your family make some decisions on your behalf?
Yes.
You're okay? Yes, good. How about you, Kathy?
Okay.
Great.
All right, you guys ready to do this?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Just wanted to see kind of how things are going and what's been happening.
Well, Laz just isn't following my instructions when he's throwing away tools and tool supplies.
Well, drills and screws I would call accessories or parts.
These, you can have a picture, but you can't hang them up, Lazarus.
100 million more. Hooks, nails, screws. You know, we've talked about it a couple times, you know, and he seems to be in denial about how many of each thing he has. And that we keep getting into semantics and losing the big picture.
The big picture is this is a tool. Anything that makes your life
you have
easier
too many
performs a
tools.
function.
I'm mad that he doesn't see how crazy unhealthy this is.
Yeah. You're mad, and I think you're scared.
Absolutely.
You're scared for what's going to happen to the people you love.
We don't care about your stuff. We care about you.
Sounds like, Bruce, you'd be much happier if Laz would at least set hardware aside. Also, Bruce, I get a sense that Laz would like it if you would hear what he's saying and try to absorb it. You know, I think he said some really powerful messages here. Not the least of which, by the way, is that he loves you. And I hope that you hear that too.
This looks like hospital. No. Okay.
So you want this one?
Yes. And that one.
You can't have a clean house, Bruce, if you're not letting go.
I think the problem, Bruce, is that Kathy is afraid to tell you what you need to hear. So I guess I have to do it. You got a serious hoarding problem, and you're not going to live very long if you keep up this behavior.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, good morning.
It's great to see you all this morning. So today's plan is to make sure we can clean out the kitchen and make pathways in the rest of the house, because that's kind of where we're at. I feel kind of disappointed that we can't get this house cleaned out for you guys, but you know, you guys have to take ownership. You guys have to let go of more, and you're just not there yet, and that's okay.
I want to walk the fine line to recognize that we're not going to get a cleaned out house during this period of time. It's just not going to happen.
We have a few hours left. Let's make the best of it, right? In the spirit of still letting go, let's get started today. Come on, let's go.
do you think, Mom?
It looks good.
It's a little cleaner than it was.
You think? Looks fantastic.
So you like the way it looks? Okay. Okay.
Keep it coming.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, new refrigerator. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God. Oh,
Almost don't recognize it.
I know it. That's just beautiful. Almost feels like a hotel, almost.
Yeah.
As we talk about going forward in the future, this seems like it would be a good time for us to have a rather frank conversation. So you do need mental health treatment, good quality mental health treatment from somebody who understands hoarding disorder. I've found a therapist and will pay for it, but I really want the two of you, after we're gone, to follow through with this mental health therapy. And I'd love for your family to encourage you to do that after we're gone, because for you to just do this all on your own is gonna be tough. You need somebody working with you. Would you go to some therapy?
It'd be a start.
That would. How about you, Kathy? What's your willingness?
We will start it.
You're okay with that?
Mhm.
Good. That's music to my ears.
I'm getting a hug. No handshakes for me.
We'll start looking at every time we bring something new into the house, we'll start putting something old out. Not my wife, because she's not old.
I'm Tim, and my houses and properties are full of junk. 52 years of junk. The outside of my properties are full of a collection of eclectic projects. They are projects that I envisioned, that I saw the end of, but they didn't come to fruition. And they're things like cars, motorhome, electronic equipment to be repaired, bicycles to be repaired, air conditioners for I don't know what now, welding equipment, engines, Volkswagen engines, Volkswagens. I have a pickup truck. I have a cement pumper. You'll find lots of metal. And you'll find 2 sheds that are full of things. It's all stuff. Stuff that had a value, maybe still have a value, but doesn't have a use in my life anymore. I have a history with local code enforcement. It started many years ago, like 30 years ago. Why do I think that that's possible? Because right here, less than 1,000 feet away, they did that to a house. They tore it to the ground, put it in a dumpster and hauled it away. And all that's there now is weeds. I could be out on the street. But for the grace of God, there go I for the homeless person. I could be there with my wife.
I am Wilhelmina, and Tim is my husband. Tim and I have been married for 52 years, and we met a year before it, so that was our very short dating time. When Tim asked me to marry, he said, "You can have everything you want in the world, but one thing, please don't change me." And, well, I've tried to change him, but it didn't work out.
How I would explain Tim's hoarding is when you're so good at so much, you have to drop the ball someplace. We can't all be perfect, so if we're gonna do something wrong, in this case, it was Tim's hoarding.
The home that Wilhelmina and I live in is pretty big. It's about 2,400 square feet on the downstairs and another 1,700 square feet on the upstairs. And it is full of stuff. All that stuff, every bit of it is a project.
Living in my house, it's chaotic. And then I freeze, and I'm not able to function very well. But that's been severe the last 15 years.
In 2001, she suffered catatonia. And it was a long recuperation from that. Up until her illness, there wasn't any hoarding going on in the house because she wouldn't allow it. But when she got ill in 2001, then she pulled back, and then by about 2010, she was so bad that it didn't matter if I brought stuff in the house.
Wilhelmina, I believe her demeanor is more of a defeated individual than the very vibrant woman that she had been. And I can't wait to see a smile come back and really know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
When I try to help my uncle get rid of the stuff that he's collected, either through reorganizing or throwing it away, it's contentious, so we're always fighting. In regard to throwing things away, we are always butting heads. So, and he has a tendency to create actually any possibility for any little thing that may be thrown away. He will have a use for that in some future plan. So you're always kind of fighting this this logical, in a way logical, but also very illogical thing. So it's a constant battle.
I have to keep reminding myself that I want to get rid of everything. I mean, even though there's going to be part of me that say, no, we got to keep that, we got to save that, oh no, not that. But I want to get rid of everything.
Tim, you and I have something in common.
We probably do. You look familiar.
Well, there might be a couple reasons for that. But what I'm referring to is you're a psychologist.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a really unusual situation because Tim is also a therapist, albeit he's retired, but it's always interesting when I'm working with somebody else in the mental health field because the thought is he should know how to do this. Why is he in this situation? But I'm always having to remember that it's not about your profession or how smart you are because mental health issues can affect everyone across the board.
Tim, you got a few big days ahead of you. Are you ready for this?
Never ready, but willing, more than willing.
That's what we want to hear.
You know, we always want to remind family members that it's not just about getting the house in order. It's about dealing with the psychological factors that are coming up.
Yeah.
So, Corey, what's our plan?
We have an auctioneer here. We're going to walk the property with the auctioneer. You can point out the things that might have some value, and he can tell us what he thinks.
Sure.
Would it be okay while we're doing that to get my team moving and start cleaning out some of this stuff? All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
That would have some value. It's
condenser?
It's a condenser and a compressor,
Right.
hermetically sealed, never been opened.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. If you were to sell this today, would you sell this as brand new?
Oh, yeah, it is brand new. I'd tell somebody it's brand new and been sitting here for...
But it's rusted.
So?
I
You're,
think what
you're
we're
trying to make a point.
Yeah.
What's your point?
That this is not brand new, it's damaged, it's rusted, and I think that this is sometimes where you get stuck with your stuff.
There are some things that I'm sure you know about. This you don't.
Okay, so Ryan, so what you've seen through here, there's not a lot of value. I mean, where do we go from here? Is there stuff that you're gonna take?
At this point, no, there's nothing that we're gonna take.
Tim has what we call an overvalued ideation of his stuff. He thinks that they're worth more than they are. The things that Ryan the auctioneer looked at that he didn't take, are you gonna let Corey and his team take those?
Some of them, but some of them not.
Philomena, what are your thoughts about that? Yesterday and this morning, he says, I want it all to go.
When he gets like this, I can change him.
Would you prefer that while all the manpower is here, to lift these items and remove them from the property? Because the likelihood of someone purchasing those items is not real likely.
It's not a good thing what you're doing to her.
To ask her how she feels?
It's not a good thing what you're doing to her. She's fragile, and I want you to respect that fragility.
Tim, I am. It's
No, you're
we're
not.
checking in with her. That's all
Okay.
we're doing.
Well, if strong person this goes,
I am surprised at Tim's willingness so far. I mean, the amount that we are removing from the back is a lot. I just hope that that momentum will continue.
Yesterday, we had a conversation. Tim, you got upset. How are you doing today?
it's all good.
Okay.
I mean, from my point of view, we've made fantastic progress here already. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen across the street, and I can't be anything but grateful.
We got rid of about 10 tons of stuff yesterday. I mean,
Wow.
imagine that, 10 tons on the first day. It really is unheard of. So the plan for today, Tim, is we're gonna go across the street where Nathan's staying at that property, and we're gonna start cleaning out that yard, okay? I'm gonna have some of my guys stay here because we're getting an empty dumpster delivered right now, and the rest will be over there with us as you make decisions. Does that part sound good?
Sounds good.
Let's get over there and get started, okay?
Let's go.
All right.
All right.
What about this trash can? Go.
Let's see. Probably should keep the mop. Then
This?
we'll keep that and keep this.
This looks pretty gross.
This lawnmower stays, but all of these mowers and pump, well, maybe I should keep the pump. This goes with something we're saving.
How much would you get for it?
Probably $750.
I would love to see one of these online in this condition, rusted and everything for $750.
Oh no, you won't see it for that $750. It's got to be painted. It's got to be, dressed up.
This is where your hang-up is, man.
You don't understand my way of working.
This is your way of working. Your
mean-
mind is your worst enemy, my friend. We're going around the pool, one more time, making a second pass, but he's still holding on to way too much stuff. It doesn't even look like we did anything back here.
I saw a, what do you call it? A 2x4, a 10-foot 2x4. And it was going into the dumpster. And I'm wondering, do I need to be over here, you guys?
Steve, I mean, what is so amazing when you look around here, look at how much stuff is here, and tens of thousands of pounds, tons have gone, and look at it still.
Tim, why don't you come over and have a conversation with us, okay? So my concern, Tim, is when code enforcement comes back tomorrow, this isn't gonna be acceptable, obviously. We had a lot of issues with Tim getting him on the same page as us. You know, he wanted to keep so much more than he promised us in the beginning. It seems like every day it's just getting worse and worse and worse.
When I see a brand new piece of 2x4, 10-foot long, come into this dumpster, I ask you to save usable materials. You think
Tim, I looked at that piece of wood. It's harder than the nail itself, and it's warped. Now, what are you going to use it for?
It's a perfectly good piece of wood, and when you're using a nail gun, it doesn't matter that it's hard.
I don't want to argue about
well,
that.
Then don't.
I need to get this job
then don't
done
argue.
for you.
Then don't argue.
That means you want me to save the end off of that pallet.
Don't be ridiculous, bro.
No, you're being ridiculous.
You don't understand that I know what helps me. Wouldn't you think I would know what helps me?
This pile, these 2 yards, don't help you.
Come on, bro.
They don't help Wilhelmina.
No, bro,
they
don't go
help
there.
Your
you
family.
know that's off. That's off.
No.
BS. Yeah.
How many different times have we come here and helped clean up? And it's
twice.
Turned back the same way.
Twice, and I let it happen, and I regretted it afterwards. But you know, it is what it is.
Well, you're probably going to regret this.
One second, look in this room and give me a percentage of what you think's gonna go. Give me a percentage.
I'm working on it. I think we're probably gonna end up keeping 50%, God almighty.
And what are you gonna do with 50% of this stuff? It's not gonna make any change in this house.
Yeah, it's gonna be out of the house.
Where, in your yard?
For now, until I get a different place for it.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna have code enforcement come tomorrow and have it worse than it was when they left a couple days ago. What's the point? Tim, you gotta save yourself, man. I can't do it. Have you take advantage of the couple days that we have left while we're here to make the most progress.
Well,
and
if we empty out the house, that'll be the most progress.
It's the wrong kind of progress.
In your mind.
We're fueling.
Not in my
We're
mind.
fueling the disorder that you
No,
have.
that's baloney.
Unfortunately, it's not.
Any attempt to help him understand that this is a mental health condition, that the way he's been doing things hasn't worked, and that we have an opportunity to help him to grow, to better understand why he's in this situation, he continues to just push back. He's not interested in changing, he's interested in holding on to his stuff.
It's not like this is our first hoarding case. We know if we move a million things out here, they're gonna stay here. One person is not gonna go through all this and make sense of it. They can't.
I'm not gonna be forced into doing something that I know in my heart is not right. So call me a hoarder. I'm a hoarder.
So Corey, we didn't come here just to relocate stuff. So where are we at?
Goodbye.
Absolutely not. We changed the plan a few times to meet your goals.
Well, wait, you didn't have that plan with me.
Plan
no,
was
the
when
plan started
when
when
I
you were
originally
here.
met you, what was the plan? I want to
plan
let it
started-
all go. Both yards, both
Okay,
houses, empty
and I
everything.
do.
I don't know what to say.
Well, you
but
can
we're
say
not going to
goodbye.
move all this out,
You
and
can
we're
say
not going to
goodbye.
fill this up
Then
so code
say
enforcement
goodbye.
comes back.
Say goodbye, and I really appreciate you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Are you having regrets about some of the things that you let go of?
I'm having regrets about the whole process.
Do you want to expand on that at all?
Not really.
Do you regret the work that we did do and got, I think the total number of dumpsters will be 8 when it's all said and done. Taking 8 dumpsters away, is that a positive?
Did you hear what I said? I regret the process.
Okay.
I regret the way you manipulate things.
Explain how we manipulated you, because I'd love to hear that.
Well, you've done it over and over again. You should know how you do it. You put stuff that goes in some barrels, you put stuff that stays, and then you say, rationalize for us why you keep this stuff.
That's not manipulation.
Well, sure
That's
it is.
questioning your way of thinking that has gotten you to this position.
Well, and you can say that.
There's no manipulation when I question why it's here and why you need it to live a better, healthier
manipulation
life.
when you lay that out like that and say, okay, instead of listening when I say what I want to do with
I just want you to know that's our job here. We're
Okay,
not
well,
just...
thank you for doing your job. I want you to know you're doing a great job. By the way, I don't like the confrontation either. Well, I feel like just withdrawing and just let it take its course. Whatever happens, happens.
What I don't want to do is, if you're going to be disengaged today, is continue doing anything. Because we're here to help you not just clean up, but learn and grow and change from this experience. And that's not going to happen if you're hiding in the house or disengaged even outside.
Tim, your voice is important. And at this point, we don't want to further perpetuate a negative experience. And we've talked already about how difficult it is to clean up this property in such a short amount of time. So we want to defer to you. Are you up for this last day?
Yeah.
I'm really glad to hear that. Let's get started.
All right, you guys, we made it to the end. As difficult as this process was, we were able to remove right around 40 tons of stuff from both properties. So that's huge. It really is. So Officer O'Connor's here from Code Enforcement. She's already taken a look around. So what do you think?
Honestly, just on first glance, it looks so much better. Just on first glance, it looks leaps and bounds better than before.
So you're happy with this property, but there's one across the street we still got to look at, right?
Let's take a look.
A little different?
A little bit.
And this is after we took out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a different look than the other properties, so.
So as far as the crisis of code enforcement being on him at this property, we're far from that being fixed.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thank you guys. We appreciate
Ditto.
having you out here.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Ooh-wee.
Man.
What a difference, huh?
Beautiful.
Looks good.
Thank you,
Very,
Tim.
You're
very
welcome.
nice. When I walked into the kitchen and got a chance to look around and see the living room all cleaned up, it was awesome.
Tim, I want to personally thank you because you were on the brink of kicking us out twice. So
True.
You hung in there and it paid off. I hope you feel it paid off.
While I'm disappointed in some ways, I am extremely grateful for what you have done. So there have been challenges all along in this process for me, but the biggest challenge for me was to realize that it wasn't just about me and what I wanted, but about the process and letting it do its work.
The journey with us is not going to end because we are going to offer you one of the organizers that was here to come back and continue to help you. And we're also going to offer you aftercare therapy. And we wanted to find out if you want to take advantage of these additional services that we want to give you. I have somebody already lined up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we should meet with them, don't you think, hon?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, we'll meet with them. What a blessing. Didn't turn out as well as I wanted, but it's still a blessing. Massive blessing. And I appreciate it so much. Brings a tear to my eye because I feel so blessed.
Best of luck to you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.